Hey everybody, it's James Arano, and you look at all these wonderful people. Today we're playing Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is Quest and Chaos. That was a slapshot mismatch of everything being put together. Let's try that again. Hi, this is Quest and Chaos, and we're playing Icewind Dale's Rime of the Frostmaiden. I'm James Arano, and look at these wonderful people. Hey, look at, there we go. Finally got there. Now, before we get to the game, we have a few announcements to make. First of which is our sponsors. We have the Birds of Paradise. They make bird-themed dice. Their Kickstarter just ended, but I believe with Kickstarter, you can still hop on to the train of like getting stuff, but it has been completely funded. So there's going to be the dice. There's going to be the stickers with the birds on top of the dice. It'll be really cute and awesome. Birds of Paradise made by our very own Andrea of the Burbs. Second, we have Nord Games. Nord Games, don't forget that. Keep that in mind for later. But Nord Games, they give you all the supplementary material for your DMings to be awesome. They've got books, they got decks, and they're going to get miniatures soon because they just finished their Kickstarter as well just a couple weeks back, and it was fully funded. Birds of Paradise, Thomas is holding, and then Nord Games decks. Yes, they've got lots of decks. They got critical hit decks. They've got luck decks. They've got treasure decks. Yeah. Speaking of decks, are the Nord Game decks in the Ice or Rime of the Frostmaiden game? Or
I don't know.
Let's take a look. I haven't read. Nope, not yet. So Thomas will be pulling the cards for us, which gives us that transition into how can you help our channel? Well, first of all, folks, we have the Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/quests and chaos, we've got a few tiers there, and yeah, we're looking to see what kind of content you would like to see. So go over to our Discord, also Quests and Chaos, and you can join in the conversation there. We have a very awesome community, many of which is right here because we are part of our community. Haha. Second of which, we have the subs and bits. Now, I said to keep in mind the Nord Games and the decks because when you... Oh, wait, no. This is totally different. Never mind, but we'll keep that in mind for later. Subs and bits. If you do this, the subs and the bits on Twitch, that directly helps us out. And it gives inspiration to our players. If you give 500 bits, that is one inspiration in which the players can use to roll an additional d6. And if they have 2 inspiration with them, they can give those 2 inspiration and they can re-roll a d20 as long as it's not a natural 1. Yes. Also, we have the Nord Games. We've got like an affiliate partnership with them. Right now, probably in the chat, there should be an affiliate link going up the channel. And if you click that link, that helps us out a bit. And you can also use the coupon code CHAOS20 for 20% off. So you help Nord Games, you help us, and you get some cool stuff. Excellent. Now, we will be going into the bits. I believe y'all have 4 from last week that gets transferred over. Yeah. And Thomas has not given me any updates on any bit sponsors or bit givers.
Bit givers, we actually do have a bit giver. First off, thank you, Apollyon, for gifting subs. It's always appreciated, and it gets us closer to unlocking a Gale Force 9 deck. We do have a gift of bits from TG Shizap, 500 bits.
Yes.
Let's just say to the players, I think.
To the players. 500 bits to the players.
Is one of these inspiration tokens.
Yes,
did we have any left over from last time, or did we use them all up?
No combat happened, so there's still 4 left over. We'll say.
Were there any that went into the boy? Does
This is
anyone
why we need
remember?
you here, Thomas, because I forget the order of operations.
All right. So we have one. Well, we've got 5
We
total.
got 5 bits.
That's amazing. There we go.
And while
That's
we're
it's just the one bit giver then.
Well, while we're on you, Thomas, I believe you wanted to make an announcement. Yes.
I do. We had reached 3,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, and we put up a video and asked for your comments. Anyone who commented, we transcribed that username over into a spreadsheet, and then I rolled some percentile dice until I hit 1 to 40 or 45. There are about 45 comments. So we have a winner for this very dice box, dice tray, tablet holder full of stuff. And that is Emily. And I believe that is Emily of Three Kingdoms as well on our Discord. So congratulations on winning that. Then we were going to pull a winner not from the US and do some PDF giveaways. And that is, drum roll please while I look it up, because I should have looked it up.
Oh, God.
Hans Miller.
Hey!
With umlauts over the U, I'm assuming you are not from the US. And the fact that your profile, you definitely like a certain band called Rammstein. So,
Well, congratulations, Emily, for the big bad giveaway with all the goodies inside. And congratulations to Hans Mueller for the PDF giveaway. Wow.
yeah, so join our Discord and then send me a private message. And that will be the best, the craziest roundabout way to get in touch with me.
Excellent. Well, unless anyone else has any announcements, I think it's time we get into this afternoon's game of Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Should we roll an intro?
Roll that intro!
I still don't understand. Are you an elf? Oh, sorry. Whoops, did we come back?
And we're back.
Yes, we were wondering the deep question, is Thomas human or not? We don't know.
And this is in real life. This isn't even in the game at this point.
So
yeah.
there's a lot of stuff all over the place. On the overlay, it says human rogue. If you click in the D&D Beyond and see my character sheet, you see I'm a half elf.
Ah,
Buddy,
Which is different because the first game I was an elf.
right.
We're slowly figuring out more and more about Donovan Chambers III. But before we get into the recap, we had an additional bit giver. Thank you, Tamago Tora, for 500 bits to the players.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now, last week on Rime of the Frostmaiden, our party was caught within a blizzard after being assailed by a pack of wolves. Elspeth, with some keen instincts, led them deep into the blizzard and deeper until they were quite fervidly lost. They were able to find some shelter from a rock outcropping, and while there, Azar and Amoa noticed a small little creature watching them. They interacted with this creature, and pleased by the interaction, Azar was blessed with a blessing. To be able to create food and water for 3 times. Well, reinvigorated by this little interaction, they remounted their axe beaks, and Elspeth once again tried to lead them towards their destination of Goodmead. And as they went through the blizzard, through the snow, they were able to get there. While there, they noticed that it was a very interesting town. The architecture was very not 10 towns, very not of the Dalelands. It had a very Choltian architecture with snakes and dragons, wood carvings lining the roofs and the banisters of many buildings. And also there was a weird droning sound, a buzz that just continued perpetually throughout the town, leaving their axe beaks on edge. But before they could even settle down their axe beaks, they noticed that there was a funeral procession going on. They watched and observed, and with a few questions, some a little more pointed than others, they were able to ascertain that the town's speaker, Kendrick Reelsbarrow, was killed after some creature stole some of the town's mead and he went after it. Inspecting the body, they noticed he had a giant gaping hole in his chest from this creature and decided to get more information within the mead hall, a giant 2-story building with massive wyvern sculptures adorning the top of it. They entered and they sat down and they were introduced to one Olivessa, who is in talks to be the next speaker, despite much of her own personal not wanting to's words. She put up Omoa to be the next speaker due to his very charismatic look and eyebrows, and this drew a bit of a tension from a singular dwarf named Shander, who also would like to be the new speaker. The evening continued, and Omoa bought some drinks, and it quickly turned out that this party is kind of petty, as Azar turned the drinks that Omoa bought for Shander and his crew into tasting as pine needle tea, which the group had just hours before, and it was nasty to them. And it was nasty to the Shander crew. A bar fight did not break out. They were way too drunk. Steve, the bartender, took a stick and batted them out. Our 5 compatriots went upstairs to rest for the night. Renner and Elspeth went into their room, with Elspeth being very curious whether Renner has a third eyelid or not. The other 3 bedded down for the night. And as the evening progressed, Azar noticed that their door, the infamously creaky door, creaked very loudly. And a shadowy figure tried to peer in. At the same time, Azar cast a light spell, startling the sneaker? Criminal? Who knows? The person ran off. Azar gave chase before they lost them in the blizzard. Which brings us to now. In the morning, Donovan, Omoa, and Azar have taken their rest and woken up. Renner and Elspeth. The morning comes, and everything is fine.
Did we all... so we were all woken up, right?
Yes, Donovan, Omoa, and Azar all woke up due to Azar calling it out. And then...
Gotcha. But Omoa and Donovan stayed back in the room, yes?
Yes.
Azar, what manner of being was that who disrupted the sleep last night?
Someone very fast. I couldn't catch them. They ran out into the snow.
Oh, interesting.
I mean,
Was it
I
blizzard
don't
again?
think they came back. It's always terrible. It's always cold and snowy and dark and or terrible here.
Yeah, I agree. It is terrible here. The only thing that would make it better is some bacon. Would you like to join me for some breakfast, everyone? And we can get the others.
Yeah,
Food
breakfast
sounds
good.
great. Mm. Bacon.
Are you okay sleeping there on the floor like that, Amal?
It was great. Mm.
Still clutching the cask from last night.
I had a dream where I bought a keg for everyone. I don't spent way too
Not
much
for
money.
everyone. Yeah. Apparently you got the 10-year mead for that rude dwarf.
You were in my dream too.
Oh, thank you.
Bacon. He kind of just like shoots right up and pew, out the door.
Was breakfast included in the room, right? Or is that going to be another charge? I guess we'll go find out.
I'm not sure.
We shall grab the others.
Let's go get Renner. Yeah.
I walk out, knock on the door. Exactly. I'm like, oh, Renner, breakfast time.
I think so. While they're all getting up, Renner will kind of awake. He's lying on his side with his trident kind of cradled to him, and I'll just open his eyes. I don't know if Elspeth is awake or not yet.
Elspeth is already awake. She
Oh,
wakes up early, old habits. So
She's like, good morning, Elspeth. How are you?
oh, I'm quite all right. How did you sleep?
Well, that is what I wanted to ask you. What have we discovered?
Yes, it turns out you've got the amphibious third membrane. It's delightful and terrifying at the same time. Never make you blink.
Wonderful. Yet another thing that I did not know about myself. Thank you, Elspeth. Get up and start brushing himself off, getting ready to go, adjusting his vest. Have we heard from the others yet? Oh!
With him.
That's really good timing, guys. Speak, and then he'll stride over to the door and open it. Who knocked on the door? I think it was
Donovan.
Donovan. It's like, Donovan. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. I believe it is breakfast time, and perhaps we can then discuss what else is happening.
Wonderful.
Seem to have a foggy memory. Not really.
I was going to say that you're being quite more talkative today than you were for the past 24 hours. So wonderful. Nice to have you back. Elspeth?
Yes, coming.
I'll hold
Gather
it.
up the notebooks into all the pockets and follow everybody downstairs.
Mm-hmm. As you five descend downstairs and you are able to see the interior of the bottom part of the mead hall, the fire is alight. There's candle light aglow, and it is dark still outside. You see a good couple of patrons. Some of them kind of still a little wrapped up in their clothings. Some have their fur hoods up, but they are sipping their mead, and some of them have a bit of breakfast before them. There's quite a few tables open for you.
Is Steve there?
Oh yeah, Steve is at the counter, wiping it down.
Morning, Steve.
Oh, how do you do? It's good to hear from you all. How were the beds?
It was fine. Someone snuck into our room last night.
Really? Wow. I'm surprised. It's really surprising.
Anyone in town have a habit of stealing things?
Stealing things? I mean, I don't want to put any, eyes on people. That's a bit rude, isn't it?
Well, sneaking in someone's room is also rude.
Sorry, someone tried to sneak into your room last night?
That is what I was going to ask, Azar. I had no idea.
Yes, that's what we're discussing.
Are you all right?
Yes. I mean, they try to sneak in. They're noisy, but they're very fast. They're faster than me. I couldn't catch them.
Ah.
How fast are you? On a scale of
Reasonably
1
fast.
to
How fast
40.
are you?
Ah. Oh.
Is this before or after breakfast fast?
But,
Well,
so no one.
the latch is nice and clean and locked up. I mean, if they were really
Well, I
intent-
locked it back after they ran out the door.
Wait, you locked it?
Well, yeah. I didn't want them coming back in, did I?
Oh. Well, that means one of two things. They are either they broke in or I forgot to lock the door.
That would be more careful about that.
Yes, I agree.
You wouldn't want someone here coming in and drinking all your mead, would you?
Well, I mean, that's all they really drink. I'm pretty sure they're sick of it by now. And they don't like my tea either.
Wait a minute. There's
That I
tea.
understand.
Oh,
No.
you didn't get any of our pine needle tea? Let me get you a cup. That'll be 1 copper, sir.
Oh, that's not
Sarah
included
just
in the
stands
room
behind
rate.
Steve, shaking her head vigorously.
As I slowly recall my needle tea being bad, I'm going to like, right. Right then. Do you have hot mead?
Hot mead, we can make hot mead. We can get cold mead. We got mead. We've got mead. And tea. But we got mead.
Is breakfast included in the room rate?
It is not. 1 meal will be 3 silver pieces.
What are you serving for breakfast this morning?
Points over at the table there, and you can see a bit of bacon, some fish, a little bit of fern-like greenery on there.
Does it? What do you? I mean, we should eat before we go out and do things for the day.
Well, I'm willing to front the cost, and then Renner will pull it out for everybody. He'll just throw 3 gold pieces. I think that covers it, right? He doesn't.
I'm going to try and catch 2 of those if possible.
He will. He's going to fling 3 coins at the thing and be like, "Yes, for 5, please. Thank you."
Renner,
Donovan,
it's polite to hand people money and not throw it at them.
Ah, sorry. I sometimes forget I'm not underwater, and it does not, gently float to the other persons. I will keep that in mind, Azar. Thank you.
And Donovan, make a sleight of hand check to see if you can catch one.
I am logging into the Roll20 right now.
Ah. So I'll
Yes,
describe
but
it
if you
even
want to roll
further.
the physical dice, you may. I'm not a stickler for that.
Meanwhile, Moa's
see
already got
here
pieces of
and figure
bacon
out.
in his mouth.
17.
Sleight
Nice.
hand is a +5. That is a 20.
Ooh.
22. So as the coins flash out, landing on the counter, you stand there and you're able to sneak one away.
Perfect.
And then grabbing the 2, he's like, "Oh, thank you for the tip, fish boy. I'll make sure to get you a bit of extra fish. Or would you like more bacon?"
You know what would be excellent is mead for everyone. Hot, please. Renner, come, let's go try the bacon. And Elspeth will kind of grab his vest and
I love
drag him before this turns into another
Literally what I was about to
fight.
do.
Yeah.
So he'll still be kind of giving eyes to Steve as he's being pulled by the vest to the towards the bacon. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll cover it. And he's like, "I'll get you some extra fish." And then
Cold, please, if you've got cold. Thank you.
And Donovan
Goes to the
comes
back.
with his back to the group, just pockets the gold coin.
and no one sees it. Unless you're being flashy about it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Super subtle.
Takes the gold coin, and yeah, you all find your seats, and the droning of bees from the back room still very present. And you do have to raise your voice just a bit to make sure you're heard, but it is a lot smaller crowd than when you found it last night. Yeah, it is strange being in the morning and you still look out the window and it is dark, like standard time or daylight.
What time is it, like, officially?
Officially for you guys, it's about 7-ish.
Okay. So I guess when we're all sitting in our little group, Renner will take just fish. He doesn't want bacon, but he'll take out a little, he has a little like flask, and he'll open it and he'll pour some liquid over the top of it before he starts to dive in. And is the fish cooked?
Yeah, so
He
as
doesn't
you
like
sit
it.
down, and it's about good 10 minutes, hot bacon, hot fish, hot meat, and some weird fern-like green decorates your plates.
Okay. Well, as he's pouring the liquid over, he'll try it, and when he finds out it's cooked, he'll politely start eating. But while he's eating, he'll be like, "So, Azar, please do tell. Please let Elspeth and I know. Did you see what type of creature came in last night?
No,
I know you
didn't
said
see
it was
them.
fast, but
They tried to open the door, and I put some light in the room, but they ran away, and I chased after them. But they ran out the door. Must have come in through the front door, and either picked the lock or Steve just forgot to close it. So
did
that's
you see
all.
if they leave footprints in the snow on the way out?
Well, it was snowing, so they did leave them, but they were being filled in as quick as they left them.
Ah.
They couldn't have been a very big person, otherwise it would have left a lot deeper tracks.
Should we be worried?
So I don't know.
You
They probably
should-
just wanted to
you
steal
should-
stuff, right?
Why on earth would anyone attempt to rob us? I mean, no offense to anyone, but we don't exactly look like we've got anything valuable.
I don't know. I mean, we've got these pelts that I think can fetch a decent amount if we went to the right place.
Pelts and I guess the half cask of the 10-year that Amoa grabbed, but
Am I still carrying that? I guess I am.
But I mean, aside from our weapons, we don't really have anything of value. Why would they? Is it just because we're the outsiders?
So,
Why not?
one thing that I've noticed, being obviously Donovan Chambers III, is that throwing around money often leads people to think you have more of it. Renner, you may consider.
I
selling-
understand. Yes, Donovan, yes. I heard from Azar earlier, about 40 seconds ago. I will stop throwing money at people. Yes. But I
Oh, I
heard.
didn't-
Thank you.
Right. Yes, you were throwing money, right?
So you all kind of get into your breakfast, and it's not that much flavor. It's okay.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Renner likes it a little more than if it's bland.
Yeah, it's kind of bland. The trout, it's a very firm fish, coupled with the bacon that's on the more fatty side, and it's balanced in a way, but not very flavorful. Yes. And as you wrap up your food eatings, Steve clears away the plates, and the rest of the morning is yours.
Steve, has Targ's sled come through? Do you know?
Oh no, they were headed all the way over to Dugan's Hole. But if they're on their way back and they started off in the morning, they could be here in the next hour or so.
Okay. Thank you.
Certainly. Is there anything I can get any of you? Especially you, looking over at Renner, giving you a wink.
No, but I do thank you for the fish. It was quite tasty. I'm surprised. The cold fish.
Oh, it's cold. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want the
No.
hot fish? I can make it
Absolutely
hot.
not. Thank you, though, sir. This was quite sufficient for this morning. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Well then. All right. Walks off.
I'm going to go feed the axe beaks. I'll be right back. And
I'll join you.
thank you. Yeah, gonna go. I don't know if we established this, but I assume we were able to like stable them somewhere behind the meat hall
Yeah,
or
there
something.
was a place next to the meat hall. You were able to get some posts on them, and there's a little outcropping that you left them under. It's not like it has feed in there.
Right.
But they see you, and they're all there: Snowflake, Ricky, and Boulder, and they look, and particularly Boulder and Ricky, or no, you were on Snowflake.
I was on Snowflake.
Snowflake and Boulder kind of perk up a little bit more than Ricky, and they're like,
All right. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Singing, also making sounds. I'm like kind of mimicking. I'm just on the side going.
Yeah,
make an animal handling check, Amoa, real quick.
I feel like, and while they're doing that, Renner, I don't know if everyone else is coming, but I feel like Renner's going to walk out and see this and just kind of quizzically look at what's occurring.
15. As you do that with Boulder kind of like squares off with you and just like, you know how dogs get into like that playful kind of fighting stance, and it looks at you and it looks like it's ready, like it puffs up a little bit and like, and like gives you a little bit of a nudge.
I take it. I just nudge myself right up on that axe beak. I may still be drunk.
There's some strong meat. But yeah, your bond with Boulder is developing. And Renner, you see all of this.
It's like, interesting.
But yes, I believe you now have 3 days left of food for them.
That's what I was just mathing. I may look around like the main road or something and see if I spot a place that looks like it would be a shop where I could re-up on those kinds of supplies in case we need to before we go.
Okay. You look down the way, and to your left you see the shrine in which Kendrick's body was left, as well as the docks and waters that lead off into the lake next to Goodmead. You look down to your right, and you don't necessarily see any shops.
All right. Well, I suppose I'm going to have to talk to Steve.
So on the inside, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then I'll probably just head back inside because it's cold out.
So Azar and Donovan within the mead hall, as the other three went outside.
As we were sitting there and everyone else up. So, wait, is Amoa trying to become the speaker? I ask Azar.
I think so. I'm not sure why. I mean, he doesn't really know anyone here. Maybe he'd be good at it.
Does he? Do you know if he wants it?
He said he did. I guess he does.
I think if you want to become speaker, you'll make a bad speaker. I think it's those who don't want the responsibility, but rise to the occasion themselves do.
Plus, well, the one lady, Alavesta, she didn't want to be speaker at all. Her friend wanted her to be speaker more than she wanted to be speaker. So maybe she'd be a better speaker than Amoa would be a speaker.
Definitely. We should make someone who doesn't want to do it.
Seems like a good idea. Maybe we should go and find her.
The vagrant or the person we're trying to track down, they're supposed to be coming through here, right?
Yeah, they have to take the road back through here, And Steve said they should be coming here if they left already. Next couple hours.
I wonder if we should. Do you think they'll stop by? They'll probably stop in, right?
I don't know.
Maybe we
Get
should.
food, maybe?
Maybe we should go outside and watch and totally not set an ambush for them.
Okay. Well, if you want to ambush them, we probably shouldn't do that in town. People might not like that.
Right. We're looking for information, right? We haven't decided what we're doing.
Well, the dwarf lady thinks that Sefik Caltro is the killer, but I don't know how we could be sure. He's not likely to tell us.
And the speaker just died with a giant gaping wound in his chest.
Yes.
Here. Okay.
Hey, something really big killed him. Like, no, it was really big hole. Because James, we did determine it would look like a weapon, not like something ate him, right?
Yeah, it was. I believe Renner took a look at it, and it was very much a thing that went in and then got pulled out.
Not like a spear or something, not like claws or anything.
Remember, it was a pretty good medicine check. So yeah, it wasn't claws or anything digging in. It was very in out.
Okay, yeah, something big punch through him. Yeah, okay. So what were you thinking we could do about Sefik?
Well, I don't know. I think we need to ask him what his part in all this is.
At this time, the other three start to make their way back in.
How were the Axbeaks, Elspeth?
Well, they seem to be a bit friendlier toward us, so not sure if that's just because every time I see them I've got food, or if they're actually warming up to us. Either way, they seemed excited. Probably the food.
Oh, that's good. How much do we have enough?
Perhaps about 3 days worth for them, and I don't know what rations you carry. I still have most of those as well.
I got mine. There's the lake or whatever right across the way. Maybe we could fish for some fish. I've never done any fishing.
Renner kind of gets excited when he hears that about Azar. He's like, "Ooh, you've never fished, Azar?"
I come from the desert, so.
I feel that you'd be a great fisherwoman. I do. You've got the instincts.
Yes, of course.
Really?
Perhaps.
Absolutely. Last night, I did not get to tell you this, but last night you were magnificent in the face of those heathens, those awful people. I think you did a great job.
I hate drunk people. Ugh.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Well, maybe you could show me.
Yes, if we would like to go fishing, I can definitely show you how to fish. Though it might be easier to give money to collect some rations here first.
If you all want to go down to the lake, I can speak to Steve and find out if we can get them from him, or if he could direct us to some other trader or something. I suppose we've still got about 45 minutes to stall until we find out if Torg is coming back through or not.
Well, maybe we should set up somewhere so that we can see them coming through first, and then we can go fishing afterwards. I just have a feeling that we will need to stop them, because from what I understand, they're not going to stop in the town. They'll be going through, right?
That did seem to be the impression, since they did their stop-off for supply drop-off yesterday. This would be the return.
Because we do need information from them, so I think we should set something up to maybe pause their movement.
Like some sort of
roadblock. In the
roadblock.
middle of the road. Yeah, I could stand in the middle of the road.
That sounds terribly dangerous. Perhaps we could just, I'll leave this up to you. You all seem to have a much better handle on this sort of thing than I do, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I could also stand out in the middle of the road with you, Amon, says this 4'9" little thing. Yes, we could stop them. Yeah.
Take the entire street and be able to stop them.
I just feel that we have questions and they have the answers to, so I think we should stop them.
Then.
No?
Sure. Shall we fish until we wait?
If that is what you would like, Azar, I can definitely teach you how to fish.
Are we?
Okay.
We're in good mead, yes.
Yes.
And
You were out of it yesterday, Donovan, weren't you?
The cold was dreadful. It really did a number on all of us, I think.
Oh, we are next to a lake. I see.
Yes.
Right. So we
Shall
could.
we
Looks like the road
walk
goes
there
right
or-
past. We could pretend that we are fishing
Ah.
while we wait for them.
Wonderful. To the lake. Renner
the
will
lake.
grab his trident and start walking out the door.
Amol grabs his keg. Strides out with it.
I am ready for Renner to be like, "Here's how we go fishing," and then he jumps in.
Beat me to it.
Sorry.
It's quite easy. Snag.
So Renner, Amoa, and Donovan easily make their way out. Elspeth still has her cold winter clothes. Azar, you do have to don them.
Of course. Put them all on. Stop. Take them off. Go pee. Come back. Put them back on. Leave.
Yes. As you wait for a good 5 minutes, you finally see the very familiar bundle of furs that is Azar in winter clothing form. And to your left, the lake, as well as a small dock. The blizzard has so far abated.
On the way there,
Mhm.
as we're walking through town, I would like to look for Alavessa to see if she is about anywhere.
So basically, when you
If she's about, I'd just like to talk to her real quick.
you do not see her because as you step out from the meat hall, there's only 3 other buildings right next to the lake as you make your way down there, and you don't see her.
Okay, so Mihal's next to. Okay,
It's very
I
close.
just thought it would be like through town. Never mind. Okay.
And is the main road, it literally passes right by the lake?
The main road is actually further up.
Ah.
There is a little bit of a side road, but so basically, if my arm is the main road, there's kind of like a dip, and then here's the lake, and then here's the meat hall.
Gotcha.
Oh, so
Does
so
the
Frosty,
main road pass near the lake at any point?
It does on the eastern side, but that's a good 1,500 feet away from where you are currently. So it's a little bit hard to make out, even with a non-blizzard
Yeah.
situation.
I think so if we were going to go and wait, I'm going to go wait in the trees nearby the road, or maybe the snow. I'll find somewhere to hide. I will give a hoot. An owl hoot if when I see them approaching.
What will it sound like, just so we know what
Yes.
to...
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Okay.
Something along that.
I got it.
Try and
Wonderful.
scream it really loud.
Thank you, Donovan. Azar, are you ready to go fishing?
Yes.
Wonderful. Is the lake frozen?
So from where you are, you guys can see the docks and you can see the lake. and there on the dock, you kind of see the wood the dock itself is a little warped, just based on some of the way the waters have moved and then frozen over has pushed some of the beams up and bended some of the planks. And you see a few little rowboats that are all just kind of stuck within the water.
So it's completely frozen over. The lake is
completely frozen over from what you can see.
Well,
I sort of like stride over and see what the issue might be, and I cast shape water. I like sort of reach out and I'm like, I got you, boys and girls and fishes. And just sort of like wiggle my finger and cast shape water, and
I'd assume you were being ironic, Kamoa.
sort of like create this just a little nice opening.
Well, so it does do 5 feet. And as you shape that bit of ice into water, you look down and it still has some ice below.
Now, Bazaar, I'm not sure we'll be able to do proper fishing here today, but let me see if I can create a little. And then he'll grab his trident, hop in the 5 feet little kind of semi-melted hole, and then trying to start poke a hole with
Churn
it.
some butter.
Some butter.
Churn thy butter. We'll start to try and make a hole for Bazaar to see.
And as you pop through, there's still about another foot of ice that had to be broken apart. And as you do, you finally go, it breaks underneath your feet and you just submerge.
It's a slow motion moment of him getting back in the water, and you just see like his hair flowing, and he's just like, and he gets reinvigorated and he feels amazing, and he just kind of comes up a la Little Mermaid.
You actually enjoy that.
It's so refreshing to be able to move in the ways that I usually can move, and it's like flying through water. But yes, hop in, Azar. I'll show you how to fish now.
Hold your coat, Azar.
Thank you.
You
I'm fine, thanks.
Are you sure?
I don't like being cold and dry. I don't want to be cold
before.
and wet.
Give me one moment. Can I go under really quick and scope and see if there are any fish or things that aren't frozen or, like in the little area?
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Sure. Nine.
A 9. Oof. You look around, and even with your dark vision, you're able to look down, and you quickly see the bottom of the river or lake bed. But even with dark vision, is it 60 feet for you?
Yes, I believe so.
You look out and about from what you can see, and you really don't notice anything.
Okay. He'll take maybe about 30 seconds to just kind of feel himself and remember what it was like, because he hasn't been in open water in a very long time, traveling on land by foot, and he'll just be like, and then when he realizes there's probably nothing, he'll come back up out of the ice hole and just be like, Azar, alas, we will have to postpone your fishing training anyway, because there are no fish in this lake right now.
It's a really big lake. Maybe there's no fish here. We can try another spot.
We could.
Not right now. We can wait.
You're right. I think maybe we should join our friend in the trees to see if we can see how much time has passed at this point.
By this point, only about with your little leisurely swim, maybe about 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll pop back out and be like, well, that was quite refreshing for me, but perhaps we should join our friend Donovan and see if we can prepare ourselves for when Torx comes through town.
Meanwhile, during that time you left them, Donovan, you start to make your way down the road, and you get to pass by basically the southern side of the mead hall, and you get to see a large wyvern sculpture off the end of it, kind of looking down as you, with the sky full of still night. Very disconcerting. But as you make your way down, you pass by a few buildings. You pass by like a ship house, a shipyard, small little building with a few canoes / rowboats, but nothing of a sizable ship. But you make your way down past a few more buildings, and you get to see where the main road would be, and there are a few trees nestled within some of the buildings there.
So I get a good vantage point of the road coming in.
If you climb a tree, yes.
Sure, I'll climb a tree.
Roll me an athletics check.
I dance my way up the tree, acrobatic style.
Wow.
Like uneven bars, just swinging from limb to limb.
Well, with an 18,
Did
even
I?
if it's athletics,
Okay, that's a +2.
30, 20, you make your way up the tree and
Wow.
find yourself nestled within. What's your passive perception? An 11.
Make sure you look for the current version of the character sheet.
It should be an 11. I looked at it this morning.
Okay. Not
Um,
very good.
as you climb up there, you do see, as you turn around, looking around the branches, just a squirrel looking at you.
Squeak,
Hello?
squeak, squeak, squeaker.
Yeah, I'm gonna squeak to it,
You're gonna squeak at it?
and then climb past it.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh my God.
First fight.
I challenged it to a duel. Animal handling is a +1. 12.
You chitter at it, and its mouth full of just something
Pine nuts.
skitters off into the other direction. As you climb up, and you emerge very much like Renner, but now with a butt ton of snow. Just like, and you are up atop the tree, and to your right below you can see a small building, and you from your vantage point can see the main road as well as the smaller road that you came down on the southern side.
About how far up did I go?
A good 20, 25 feet.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
It's not like a pine tree where you like hit the top and you're like, it is one of those conifers, but it's a bit more of the rounder kinds.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit wider at the top for you.
So I'm just gonna stealth up there.
All right, roll me a stealth check. 15. Okay.
15.
You perch up there, and you wait. And you wait. And then about 10 minutes later, from your vantage point, you see your 4 compatriots. Renner's still a bit dripping, and some of the water that has accumulated on his hair is a bit frozen. As he kind of
frosted tips.
Yeah.
AP. Yes.
I had to reset myself for that one. Too good.
Oh boy.
As you 4 make your way down the road,
Oh man.
you didn't discuss with Donovan which tree or which area he would be hiding. And as you look around,
Donovan!
What?
Hooty hoo.
What are you,
Who-
what are you guys doing? I'm hiding up here.
You four look up and you see Donovan about shoulder up, peeking out of a tree, 20 feet up.
We didn't know where you were. You hide
So-
very well.
Thank you. Are we setting an ambush, or are we just going to stop them and talk to them?
How close are we to the town? Are we like outside of the town, or are we still in the town?
Sorry, what was the question?
How far are we from the town here?
You're still within town, and you're about 250 feet from leaving it.
Well, I don't think we should like start a fight or anything in town. I mean, they still trade with Torgs. They probably wouldn't like it if we, attack their tradesmen.
Good plan. I'm going to come down.
Okay, you climb down.
Oh.
As you come down, this squirrel had retaken its place, and it looks at you
Just
and then runs off. Chitter at it, runs off.
So Renner and I will stop the caravan
Yes.
and then invite them to the bonfire, or
Well, Amoa, perhaps what we should do is we should encourage them to vote for you in the next speaker. So what we could do is we could set up a little bit outside of the town, because I do agree with Azar as well that maybe we shouldn't, if they are dangerous, we should not do this in the town, maybe a little bit out. So on the outskirts, what we can do is we could set up kind of like a little camp and stop them. And then when they stop us, we will be the seen ones, and perhaps Elspeth, Azar, and Donovan could be out of sight. And if they see us get into trouble, which I'm sure we won't, then
never.
we can go from there.
I like the way you think.
that is a good plan. Stop them. Ask them to fill out a survey. It'll take them forever. Perfect.
Yes.
Exactly are we going to determine if one of them is going about murdering people then? Not that I have much experience speaking to
Right.
murderers, but they don't generally just tell you, from what I understand. Unless they're like proper adventurers and then you sing songs and brag about it because it's not actually murder at that point or something. It's very confusing how that works.
Well, maybe in the survey, what we could do is we could have the question: have you committed any? Are you a convicted felon? Because you're not allowed to vote. I don't know.
Excellent idea!
But are they even
I don't know.
citizens of the town? We should ask that too.
I mean, I don't know anything
We're not
about.
citizens of the town.
How do you feel about blood?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine with blood. Why do you ask?
No, in the question.
Oh, right.
Impaling.
I mean, perhaps Azar, maybe you should be the one to speak. Again, I know nothing about what goes on up here and how to engage with people. Maybe I could be the one looking out, and if I see that you're in trouble, I'll approach and we can go that way.
I guess. I don't mind talking to people.
Great.
We're all just gonna be talking and discussing it, and it's gonna the caravan's gonna drive by
figure out
us.
what to ask.
We're like, what are we going to do here? It's just gonna go right behind us. We're like,
Pretty
"Oh."
much.
To that, Azar, Elspeth, and Renner, you do see out of the corner of your eyes, while you're in this little huddled circle at the edge of town, something approaching along the way.
From
Coming in
the
pretty
south,
fast.
from Dugan's Hole, or which way?
From kind of from the west area, you can see the little sign that says Dugan's Hole, and you can see some shapes approaching from that direction.
Okay. Yeah, I probably ought to look at the map. I have no
I
idea
was
the
gonna say,
direction anything is.
Can we maneuver the map on the? Oh wait, maybe I.
I
Here.
believe you can.
I'm also sending you guys the map of Goodmead.
Thank you.
Oh, there's a map of Goodmead.
There is a map of Goodmead. I just dropped you the
there we
link.
go. Perfect.
But do you have said map of Goodmead?
I do. It's the player's version, so it has no secrets revealed.
Oh.
Alright.
What a town.
Wonderful.
So yeah, you guys can see there on that.
So we're at the west end of town.
Yes, and yeah, you're on the western end of town. And if you can see those little 5 kayaks on the southern side, that's about where you are all around. Near the lake.
So the road is, so that's where the road comes through along the lake here?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, definitely inform Amoa and Donovan. Something is approaching.
Right. I'm gonna go hide.
Okay. Make me a new stealth check, sir.
Maybe it will be better. 10. Worse.
10. Okay, so you find a tree and you just shimmy on behind it.
Yep. With the short bow out.
Okay.
I'll like walk down the trail a bit in the direction that they're coming and like sort of meet them.
Okay. Others?
Elspeth's gonna hang back.
Okay.
She is not strong and does not want to be in front.
Okay. And then Renner and Amoa, what are you all up to?
Amoa looks sort of like sits by the where he is, sort of anticipates the caravan to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And casts mold earth into the shape of 2 chairs that are just like hands like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of comes up to the ground and just like gestures to Renner. Go ahead, have a seat. And just sort of sits there.
Renner's very impressed and confused by this, but it's like, oh, are you a wizard? Are you some type of
You like water, I like earth. Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. And then Renner will have a seat in this makeshift earth thing.
Excellent. And Azar, sorry, you were headed down the road a bit?
Yeah, just like, 20 feet maybe.
Okay.
Just so like I'm not standing next to Donovan.
Mm-hmm. So
Roll for
you see
initiative.
it first, and then immediately after Renner and Amoa do it, you see 3 large sleds shipped by a pack of 7, no, not 7, sorry, they don't have a lead dog, 6 each dogs, massive, large huskies, just going,
Ooh, puppies.
and they are coming in fast. And Amoa, did you make the seats in the middle of the road or slightly to the side?
In the middle of the road.
Right in the middle of the road. And you see a very familiar sight for all of you. Very fur-covered, goggles, no real discerning features among the people that are now approaching. And there are 6 of them riding in. And quite quickly, you do notice one of them is not covered in any furs or anything. He has a let's see. He has a very stylish vest of blue with white long sleeve shirt that gets rolled up to just below the elbow, and you can see his ponytail kind of flowing in the wind. He's got some nice brown pants with matching boots. But he's wearing no warm clothing. And as these three three sled dog trains kind of just pull in as you two are sitting there, there is the leading sled dog team, yeah, we'll say team, sled dog team. And now that you see them all kind of closer, you do notice that the person leading this one is significantly shorter than the rest. And they halt the train and step off. It's like, excuse us, how can I help you?
Hello, I am Amoa Tua Anjulan, and this is my friend Renner Boldath. And we just wanted to ask you a few questions. I'm running for speaker of Good Mead. We want to make it great mead. Do you have a moment of trouble you for a moment of your time?
Roll a persuasion check.
Just a moment.
Mm-hmm. Did you roll something bad that I can't see right now?
Oh, no, sorry. No, I did. Can I just say 16?
16. Okay. So this figure, 1 second. Let's see if I can.
Is that with your modifier?
Oh, no, it is
Because
not.
you should have a pretty high modifier because you're the only member of this
With
party
charisma.
with high charisma.
What would that be?
Persuasion. So
Yeah. Well, I'm like using the roll 20, so. +4.
Oh, so a dirty 20 then.
Get that dirty 20.
It's those chairs, I say. It's a power chair.
You're going to be a great speaker, Amoa. You're going to be a great speaker.
There we go. There we go. Now we can all see a map of Good Mead there.
Oh, look at that. It's a little blurry.
it'll come in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So you sit there in your little hand chairs, like they're from some Swedish furniture store. And the short one that stepped down looks at you. It's like, all right, sure. What would you like to ask?
So,
Render doesn't want to speak because he knows that he'll say the wrong thing, so he's just going to kind of keep looking to like. Mhm.
On a scale from 1 to 5, where do you find murder for yourself? Good or bad?
What are the other two teams doing as well? Because you said the first team has stopped.
So the first
guy's
team is
gotten off.
there with the short figure as well as the man in the blue vest, white shirt. The other two teams are just kind of standing there. They are also within cold winter gear. And they're
Pretty
kind of
Boy.
just staring at the moment. And as you ask that question to the short one, they cross their arms. All right. Sorry, is 5 that you're cool with murder and 1 you're not?
Precisely.
Well, I guess I'm out of 5 then.
Write this down.
Yes,
Sort of
absolutely.
nudge-
Of course.
Do you have paper?
No. But he will be. What do I have on me that I could? I have a bag of salt. It won't help. Yeah, he's just
air right.
Yeah, will be exactly. He'll just kind of be like, got it. So he'll just point to his mind, be like, holding the trident.
Do any of these look like the description of the person that we're looking for?
Oh yeah, the guy with the ponytail and the
Pretty
vest.
boy.
That's Speth or whatever his name is.
Sefik.
Sefik.
Yeah, he looks exactly as Helen described. And now that you two are able to see him significantly more closely, even at a distance of 10 feet, a very distinct feature about him, his eyes are so blue. Like they almost give off a glow to them with how blue they are. And they stand out
That's
even
not
in
creepy at all.
all of this.
Question number 2.
Right.
Would you murder for personal gain?
Yes, sure.
I nudged Renner. Write that down.
Mm-hmm.
In the last year or so, would you say that you've committed something that you were proud of?
Admitted that I'm proud of. I mean, had my best year of shipping in the past year, so pretty proud of that.
Great. I'll write that down. If we needed to reach out to you, where would we find you?
You probably won't be able to find me. I'm on the move constantly.
Oh, where are you headed next?
Probably one of the larger cities restock. Do you know who I am? And then kind of points to the flag that's flapping on the lead.
Says Torgs.
Points to the flag flapping on the lead dog sled, and it is a black background with a golden paw on it.
No, I don't believe so. But it would behoove me to get to know everyone in your caravan as part of my constituency for good mead.
All right. Well, if you're going to be the speaker, and you see the other four kind of just laughing, and you see the very blue-eyed man give a slight chuckle, but the other four start to get a little bit deeper chortles.
And the blue-eyed man, that's Sefik?
Yes. But he gives a little like a but the smaller figure is like, well, I'm Torga, and this is Torg's caravan. If you're going to be the next speaker, that means we'll be probably doing business with one another.
Great. How do you feel about breaking bread with some high quality mead? And I sort of pull out the keg.
Pull out the keg. Ooh. Roll a persuasion check.
I am going to
Any
try
advantage for the booze?
It will.
Ooh.
Maybe we should use an inspiration moment.
And that's +4, right?
Yes,
Oh.
that's +4.
Okay,
So
that's
10, we add a d6 to that.
Shall we?
I think
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, sure.
thank you.
Roll a d6.
I was gonna say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is killing us.
Flash roll.
There you go, 6.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
16.
There we go.
Try to
Okay.
turn down a good toast. Or...
While this is going on, I want to sneak back into town and come around so it doesn't look like I was waiting to ambush them.
Okay, you are going to have to run quite a bit.
Yeah, can you show us? Can you show us on Roll20 where we are? Actually, I'm assuming we're down here.
Yeah. So the road to Dugan's Hole is right around here, and you guys are
Okay.
just a little bit outside of it.
Okay. Thank you.
And then right now, Donovan, I would say you're on one of these sides of the trees, depending. How do you
All
feel?
right. So I kind of got to run back a little ways.
Because if you want to go all the way around, you kind of have to go around here past these.
Well, like once I sneak to the first building, I can just come around the building. Like, oh, it just came out of this building
Okay.
over here.
Renner will be
Elspeth.
watching him try and sneak behind. Just like,
He's actually behind you, Renner. So you.
Oh,
wouldn't be able to see
gotcha.
him, but
Okay,
Elspeth,
gotcha.
from your vantage point, and Azar, you're also kind of. The other two are looking directly at the caravan, and you're kind of off to the side in your little bundle. Elspeth, you definitely notice Donovan kind of just step out from one of the trees and takes a good minute to go around a building, and then just kind of strides in as with the walk.
Just walking up.
And Donovan, you join them as Torgais sit crossing their arms and looks at the keg and looks at you, Amoa. Is that the 10-year?
Half of it, yes.
Ah, so you've already tasted it.
Oh, I gotta taste the goods.
So you can tell me it's good then, yeah?
100%. How do you feel? Yeah?
Well,
A little wet
I mean,
your
I'm
palate.
not from good mead, but definitely put in a word for what was your name again?
Amor to Anzulan.
Amoa to Anzalan. It is a
Mhm.
pleasure. Wow, I'm going
Yes.
French. Why am I going French?
Oh.
It is a pleasure. Where is that? Lovely sack of potatoes. All right, Amoa to Anzalan. It is a pleasure to meet you. Possibly future speaker of good mead. We were kind of in that shithole in Dugan's Hole for longer than I anticipated. Shall we all get some drinks then? And then the other four go aye, and the blue-eyed man just was like, sure, why not? All right.
Perhaps we could all head towards the what's the place? Oh, the mead hole, the local watering hole, where you can meet some of our compatriots that are helping with the campaign of Wanamoa.
Oh, wow.
That's when I kind of come around, walking from town. I see you have more. Welcome, hello, welcome to the campaign, the Amoa campaign.
Hello there, and very curious. You kind of just stepped out from that tree and walked around a building. Who are you?
He's Mr. Who.
Oh, I'm a campaign manager, Donovan Chambers, for Amoa for speaker.
He works in the publicity. He works, so he needs to make sure that.
In fact, he's got a really great slogan. Let's hear it.
Make good mead great again.
We'll work on it.
I was peeing over there, and I didn't want to interrupt the campaigning.
Well, then, I mean, if you got to relieve yourself, you got to, I guess.
So one of the things that we are trying to ascertain from the individuals is their opinion on this Frostmaiden. Are you pro or anti Frostmaiden? If we were inclined to ask.
I mean, personally, it's kind of shitty, but it really did step up my business a bit because, I get to redistribute some of the resources from larger places to the smaller places that are in definite need of it.
Have you ever? Sorry.
Renner's gonna kind of look at Donovan and just like.
We hear that there is a lottery system for sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what towns are involved in those? Do you know?
I mean, the big three: East Haven, Targus, and Brennan Shander.
And what happens to those that don't join in?
As far as I know, everybody gets their name thrown in.
And interesting. Well, what would happen if somebody didn't have their name in there? I mean, we just got into, we just arrived here. Where do we put our name in?
Well, you're not citizens of the big three, are you?
Oh, no.
Well, there you go.
Well,
Can
So
we go to
how
the
about
cake
that
now?
drink?
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit into the
yeah.
ooh, the accent. What the fuck? Sorry.
What are you?
We're getting a bit way out of our range. I just gotta go stereotypical Scottish right now.
Hey.
Yeah. So are we going to be getting that drink then?
Absolutely. Shall we towards the mead hole? And gesture towards thing. In gesturing that way, where can we see Elspeth and Azar from where we are? Like
Oh, you
still
can
kind
easily
of.
see Azar. Azar is next to you. Elspeth, you're off to the side but not hidden, right?
I wasn't actively hiding, no, but I'm probably hanging back near one of the buildings just because, like, I want to be well out of the way in case things pop off. So
So in seeing them, like in gesturing, when he sees an open moment to kind of give a little wave to his arm, just point like that to kind of.
Azar, you've heard this entire conversation as Renner
Yeah.
signifies.
I thought he was further off. Don't listen to Renner. He's crazy today. Doesn't know what's going on.
Shall we then?
Lead the way, Emma.
Sorry, I got the keg on like my shoulders.
All right, and they get back onto their dog sled and kind of give a light hitch, and they're keeping pace with you, and the dogs are just going like a and they are clearly grateful for the brief respite the break gave them, running through the snow. As they're riding, Cephik eyes you, Donovan, and he's just looks over. It's like, not cold for you either. Wow, no, cold for you either. Ooh, accents are bad today.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
Let's just drop an accent for 7. Sure. Not cold for you either. Hmm?
Oh, no. I find this weather quite balmy, in fact. It's quite nice. As he's
cool.
like, kind of palms over the ring on his finger.
He smiles. It's like, yeah, I find the cold to be quite refreshing, isn't it?
Is he wearing a ring?
Make a perception check.
Perception. Wow, I'm not perceptive. And I don't know why I'm doing this. 13.
You flip your eyes down and about, and excuse me. He kind of has his arms kind of wrapped around Torga on the shoulder just to maintain balance. With him being on the left, or you on his left, you can see his left hand, and you don't see any ring. And at least what the fingers that you can see on the right hand, the first 2 do not, but you don't know about the ring and pinky.
How? I mean, I have magics that is keeping me warm. What keeps you warm out here in these environs?
Well, how should I say this? I was born on the holiday of midwinter, and that is the day of the Frostmaiden. Seems that my, I guess, essence is blessed by her.
Insight check?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
First, let me see what my insight is. Not bad. 13, that's a Nick.
13. As you're talking with Sefik, it's disconcerting how blue his eyes are, that they just kind of draw you in, and he feels like a pretty at the level dude.
I kind of turned to Amoa. Did we ask him how he feels about murder? Was that already covered?
Yes.
Oh, very good. We've got that tabulated. Oh, a 5. That's okay.
Torga was the one who answered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we did we not get a survey results from everybody? What is your name with the blue eyes? Again, I am Donovan Chambers III.
Donovan, and he holds out his right hand to give you a shake, and you notice there are no rings there. And he shakes. My name is Sefik Coltro. Pleasure to meet you. And looking forward to supporting the Amoa campaign.
Thank you.
All right. And it's pretty quick walk to the mead hall. As you 5 show the 6 inside and begin to do campaign talks. But before we get to that, we're going to take our break now. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back in a good 5-10 minutes after we go to our respective restrooms, and you go to yours. Grab some water or mead, some good tenure. But until then, we will see you after the break.
Vote Amoa.
asparagus. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden with Quest and Chaos. Icewind Dales. Wonderful people. I'm James Arano. Just mixing it all up together. Why not? All right. So our compatriots, our adventurers have finally encountered Torg's Shipping Company, and Sefik Cultro, and they are headed to the mead hall within Goodmead to ascertain some more information from them. But as you five enter the mead hall, they kind of hitch their dogs next to the axe beaks, and you notice that the dogs are kind of just like a and the axe beaks are like but you all enter, and by this time it's probably around 10-ish, and as you are entering the mead hall, you do just get to see the faintest glimmer of a sunrise just at the horizon that just kind of gives a thin line across, giving you just the faintest bit of light outside. But
As everyone goes in, I would like to actually hang back.
Mhm.
And once they're inside, I want to like look through like the sleds to see if there's any anything incriminating or anything.
oh,
I am going to be extra distracting and noble.
right. Just make me a stealth check, not to like hide, but like to just get rid of your presence from the group as you are walking.
Sure. $24.
Ooh. Yep. Nope. Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of just hang back, and you see a couple people who are, walking by and bundled up, and you just kind of fade in with them as you four enter. Azar, you hang back and you head over to their sleds. Let's see. Okay. So you head over to the sleds, and there's a few boxes that kind of have fabric laid over them. And as you kind of like inspect, you realize they're like little pop-up covers that can just hang over the boxes. And you see a few bags and here and there. Make me an investigation check.
7.
7.
7.
Oh.
Yeah.
As you look through, it's pretty on the level that you find. You find some wood, flint and tinder. You find some blankets and furs and rations. You do see a couple bottles of wine and a couple little vials.
Are the vials labeled or anything, or?
Not labeled, but they kind of have a faint greenish hue to them.
I don't know if anyone's good with that kind of thing, but I guess I'll grab one of the vials.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't, what I roll to see if I have any idea what this is, I maybe like give it a waft it a bit to see what it smells like or something.
Roll me. You're not proficient with alchemy, are you?
No.
Then roll me a straight intelligence check.
Okay. Yeah, that's the same. I'm not proficient in anything intelligence related at all. No, same. Worse, actually, 6.
6. You sniff it, and it has a kind of just a faint sweet smell, but that's about it.
Okay. I'll just keep it, and maybe one of the others will have some idea because I'm not proficient in anything like that. But I guess I don't find a letter saying "kill this person in this town" or anything like that.
None of those.
Okay.
I will say you do notice one of the boxes is locked, just because you're generally looking around, but that's about it.
That's probably like their money box, whatever.
It's a pretty large.
Well, that was a bit of a bust.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
It's a larger box, not just like a tiny one, but a larger box.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have thieves' tools or anything. Maybe Donovan Chambers does. So I'll just go put things back in. I'll go inside.
Okay. As you do, the other four have seated with Torga and Sefik and the rest of the crew, and the other four begin to disrobe, and you notice there's a bit of a mixed mass of some of the taller humanoid races. There is one half-orc, there are two humans, and one half-elf. And you see Torga undress, and she's an older dwarf, a bit on the wrinkled side, and she's got kind of a brownish salt and pepper thing going down into a braid that was hanging within the hood, but then she pulls it out and just kind of lets it free a bit. And yeah.
I pull out one of the wolf pelts and kind of set it down. We managed to also acquire one of these pelts. Perhaps you could tell us how many did we have?
You got 6.
3.
We have 6 of these pelts. Where do you think would be the best place to where they would go to the most use and maybe fetch a small premium for their price?
Well, if we're talking about most use, it'd probably be Dugan's or Karakonig. But if you're trying to sell for a price, I could give you them. I'll take them off your hands for 3 silver apiece.
Do I hear this?
Mm-hmm. You all are you kind of like mishmashed a couple tables together to the large group that is now.
I interject like, that's breakfast.
Yeah, that could cover a breakfast or two.
Does that sound reasonable or low?
I would say you haven't necessarily been partaking too much in the 10 towns economy. It could be low, it could be high.
3 silver apiece. We have 6 of them. That is 18 silver. That's 18 breakfasts, I suppose.
Certainly.
Or, I mean, obviously spread out among us, because this was a communal effort between the 4 of us.
So
maybe an even 20.
As Azar comes in, noticing the transaction going down.
I mean the 5 of us.
All right. Well, if you're going to be sharing that mead with us, sure. 2 gold for the lot.
What do you think, guys?
Not really doing us any good.
Very well. Fantastic deal, Torga.
All right. And she points to the one of the humans that is not Sefik, and they grab it, and she pulls out, and to be divided amongst the 5 of you. So she lays out 20 silver.
20 silver.
Yeah. So everybody can get 4, depending on how Donovan would like to distribute.
4 each, because we're all here out in the open.
So go ahead and add 4 silver to your inventory. At that point, Torga claps her hands and says, "All right, Amoa, why don't we crack a bit of that good old 10-year? Hey, Steve!"
Oh. You know Steve too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's the only one who really works here. I mean, aside from all the best stuff,
Right,
all the best
right,
is
right,
in the
right.
back more often than not. But yeah, Steve, and he's
Steve!
like, "Yeah, how can I help you?"
Empty mugs for everyone.
Empty mugs. Good thing. And I see you still got a bit of that 10-year. Do you want to add a little bit of the regular meat in there?
Steve, you heathen. No.
Just kidding. I wouldn't cut that with the shit that some people drink. Kidding. I love my mead. Be right back. Comes over with 11 mugs, 5 and then 6. Yeah, 11 mugs.
Ooh.
Can I get you anything else?
Actually,
Yes.
could I get some raw fish? I need to go feed the axe beaks. Are your dogs fed? I can take care of them as well.
Wait, you want some? What is a raw fish?
A fish that has not been cooked.
Oh, you're trying to buy some of me trout.
If possible.
Oh, well, let me see here. How expensive are they? That's a great question for Steve.
Renner is also, when hearing Elspeth, that would be like, yes, can you add 4 extra as well to that, please?
Oh, I mean, if I give you the whole trout, that means you clean me out, and that means I can't feed the other people here. I could give you 1 trout.
We are talking the knuckleheads, the large ones.
Yes.
All right.
All right, I'll give you 1. That'll be Let's see, how much is a pig?
I was gonna say I had this written down from previously, and I didn't put it in the right notes section.
Previously on Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Trout prices. He's like, I'll give you 1 for 5 silver.
Excellent. I will pay the man.
Pay the man. At which point he goes to the back. Torga's like noticing the transactions that are happening and noticing the company she's with. By that time, Steve walks up and just on a bit of parchment paper slaps down a raw knucklehead trout. And these suckers are big. And they've got a huge round kind of bulbous head that if you poke, you notice it's like, that's their skull. And it's just like pretty dang hard. Like, and then they have like a red scales kind of just stretch over across their body. It's a very interesting looking creature. It's almost like almost like a beluga, where they have that kind of like bulbous portion, but when you tap it, it's actually hard.
I believe that we could cut that head off and prepare. They call that scrimshaw maybe for carving. I believe halflings do that around here.
Yes, I've heard of this. I think perhaps I should take this outside to dress rather than doing it in the middle of the common area.
Please, that would be appreciated.
I was going to just follow you to the kitchen and take it around back, but I'll take care of it, and Elspeth will just sort of like scoop up this massive fish and just kind of look at everybody and be like, with the sort of like, have fun, y'all face, and head outside.
Renner's actually going to follow the fish. He is going to. Renner's following the fish.
Donovan is giving looks to everyone who is still there of like, we can't kill these people without our healer. Very subtle. You get that.
Yeah, with the 2 that are there, they don't catch that.
Oh, so you're saying the people with the high passive perception left? You're welcome.
No, the high passive insight has left.
That makes more sense.
But they don't get that. So you 3 are sitting there with Torga and her crew, and just Yeah, Donovan would be the one to notice there's a bit of tapping of the fingers, kind of just waiting.
They're a
Like,
little bored.
Hmm?
They're bored, or they want to get a move on.
She's waiting, looking at Amoa, looking at
Yeah, is Mo pouring out the drinks?
Yes, I am. Like one by one.
and as you do,
And sort of handing it
kind
out.
of slow down and stop. Pass him around, and she knocks it back, as do the other 5, and now that's some good fucking meat.
Would you say it was great?
It's pretty great. Now tell me, Amoa, what do you plan on doing here in Goodmead? How do you see it coming to your vision?
First of all, I would build more chairs outside. Places where we can all sit and have more communal gatherings. I don't think sitting in an inn, as pleasant as it is really a great place to spend your days or your nights or your night days, as it were, here. So more communal gatherings, maybe even an area in which the children here, bundled as they are, can pet the axe beaks and feed the puppers, and just really bring some life to this otherwise snowy region.
Oh, that is admirable, considering, we're in a never-ending winter, and unlike you, the rest of us kind of do have to bundle up. So being outside isn't exactly the best time for us.
Oh, well, what if we're spitballing? We're open to suggestions in this campaign. What if we ended this midnight nightmare and brought the sun back?
Torga there is just like, well, if you did that, I would be kind of shitting all over my business, but I can understand. I have developed quite a bit of relationships, and probably even if it did end, wouldn't change too much, would still be shipping things around. But I mean, hopefully now that I am one of the few wandering merchants left, I could play into account for when it all ends.
Oh, sorry. So when the others, your business picked up because people don't want to travel? Is that what is happening?
I mean, well, certainly that's one thing. It's very dangerous out there, and if you don't have the team that I have protecting you, and your dogs aren't exactly the fastest, you're going to be eaten quite quickly. Second of all, if you aren't of the traveling kind, how are you going to get your goods? So I provide a service in which I bring some of the prosperity of the big 3 usually, or I can move other things around to some of the smaller towns.
So it's more of a curbside delivery while it's too cold to go outside of your home.
Very good. That's exactly.
You can dash right up to their door. That is amazing.
Well, usually I park into a more, as Omoa says, a more communal spot, a more central spot.
Right.
And
with the
usually
merchants,
I have my boys go around, let them know that Torgs is here, and then people come in and pay.
Great enterprise for all.
Right. Continues to sip the mead.
Now, what do you
awkwardly
think?
Looking around, like, what?
Outside of the snow, what do you feel is the next worst deterrent of your business in this area? You think murder, maybe? Keep people away from buying essential goods? Certainly, it'd be something to be concerned about in my tribe, and I just want to make sure the good mead is also free of murder and a good place to live, not to die.
We're very keen on murder. Is that a big thing here in Goodmead?
Well, did you see the speaker?
Have you had the pine
Giant
tea?
hole in his chest.
I did not need to see the speaker. Due to the fact that you're running for speaker, I'm assuming Kendrick is dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yes, he is.
That's a shame. He was a good partner in business. Let us do as we please to ensure we could sell goods to the people here in Goodmead.
Do you know?
We had heard that one of their shipments had gotten robbed. Have you had any troubles like that?
Well, again, as you mentioned, there can be not only is the weather difficult, but the things that hide within it can be very opportunistic. And again, if your team is not up to the task, then yeah.
Have you seen any? Are there any like bandits or things around here that might try to rob the sleigh?
I mean, that's not above anybody. I mean, they also have the Ged tribes possibly coming down from the glacier, taking things. Could be a creature, could be a yeti. There's all manner of things out there that just beyond the firelight could take what you have.
So you've not seen anything around here, though, right?
I mean, I normally don't stay long enough to see the things. I normally stay, sell, sleep, go. Occasionally restock for Enchanter Targus or East Haven.
Too bad. Oh, can I get you some more mead?
Sure.
Pour you another mug?
Mm-hmm. And the other four kind of sip in their mugs. The other human has come back now from outside after putting away the pelts. Actually, while during that time putting away the pelts, putting it away, at that time, Elspeth and Renner, you would be outside with the axe beaks.
Yep. I'm gonna go find a corner and I'm gonna pull out like a dagger, I guess, and just start getting this thing into manageable chunks.
Roll a survival check, please.
Great. I don't think I'm good at that. Oh, I'm better at that than I thought.
We have inspiration if we need it, because this is important.
Yeah, making sure that we get this very large trout cut down into bag-sized portions is clearly the important part of the night.
Devin!
Devin.
Cool.
Renner's just watching.
Renner, you watch, and Elspeth, as you start to go at this trout, it is below freezing at the moment, as it usually is. And as you start to carve into this trout, it starts to freeze on you quite quickly. And you get through like the head about 3/4 of the way in with your dagger, kind of just like slipping. The gloves aren't necessarily like the most helpful when trying to cut through. And at some point, you just kind of hit the part where you really have to saw into the fish. And Renner, you watch as Elspeth makes.
Well, Renner's not a complete dick. When he sees that she's struggling, when she's struggling with this, he's going to go, Elspeth, I don't mean to. She like looks up bloody and like.
Probably not. It's probably not that bad. It's probably that she was very focused and didn't realize that Renner followed her.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
it's like, Elspeth, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I've been really trying to heed Azar's cultural norms and what she's been telling me about, interrupting and whatnot. Do you mind if I try cleaning the
no.
trout?
Please go ahead. I mean, I've cleaned fish before, but nothing this large or
Yes.
this cold. So please
I've
help
never
yourself.
seen something like this as well, but I'm definitely going to I'll attempt it. And he'll pull out his little dagger and attempt to
Okay, roll me a survival check as well.
And here, I thought Renner was gonna go all Smeagol on the fish.
Well, there might be I know.
If Elspeth wasn't right here watching, he might.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say, and he does try and take a nibble or two as he's doing that 20.
Speaking of
The
nat
nat 20.
20s, Urban
also-
Mask has given 1,000 bits to the first grouping, either you or me, to roll a d20.
Thank you! Yay! Pew pew pew. So he'll take out his
You
dagger
wish.
We get a Nord Games luck.
Yes,
Your
Nord
movement
Games.
This turn does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Well, at the pace y'all are going at, who knows if we'll reach combat.
Yeah.
So-
We'll go back in and start a fight. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just punch them.
Yeah.
For those of you who are new to the channel, when they roll a d20, they get a card that is advantageous to them. When they roll a natural 1, they give me a card that will be disadvantageous to them. Anyway.
And if you are going to the Nord Games website, this is now called the Fates and Fumbles deck.
Ooh.
It's the new branding.
Fates and Fumbles. I will do my best to remember that, but Luck Deck is so much shorter.
I know.
But Fates and Fumbles deck. Roll natural 20, roll natural 1, fun things happen. You move, or Elspeth moves to the side as you get down onto this fish, and you've worked with fish before. In less than optimal land conditions. And now that there's no water, nothing like lack of gravity preventing you from cutting your fish, it's just like even spacing. The head is still kind of mangled to bits, but the latter half are just like nice. Gordon Ramsay would be proud.
So he's gonna, as he's doing it, he'll take a little piece of the sashimi and flip it up and gulp a little taste and then look back at Elspeth and just wink.
She's just like, oh, wonderful, and just kind of sits back, probably takes some of the pieces as he gets this thing cleaned, and goes over to feed the axe beaks. Probably slips some to the dogs too, because there's no reason not to.
Yeah, and as you do that, you move over to one of the dogs, and the human that's standing there is just like, excuse me,
Oh, sorry. I just thought I'd see if we certainly can't carry all of this. For the dogs?
I would feed it to those 5. These ones are kind of on a no fish diet. It really upsets their tummies.
Of course, certainly.
But those 5, sure.
Right. Can I tell if the dogs that he's indicating are he's telling me to feed somebody else's sled dogs and not the ones that pulled his sled? I feel like maybe
they've all kind of intermingled
Okay.
together, and he's just kind of been petting them and giving them some love.
Great.
But he's like, yeah, these 6, and there's actually 12 other ones. He's like, those 12.
Right, well, just kind of toss it over to the dogs that are allowed to have it, and then feed the axe beaks. Apparently, Elspeth is really leaning into the Snow White archetype and is making friends with all of the animals. You can't make human friends. Socially awkward, great with critters.
Does the human go back in after giving this that direction?
Yeah, after that, he takes a bit of he puts away he's already put away the pelts, and he's been petting the dogs a bit. And then he looks to you two and is like, you all gonna be coming in for some of that mead?
Yes, just finishing with the fish.
Oh, all right. Get you in there.
As soon as he walks out of sight, Renner's going to quickly turn to Elspeth and be like, I think we should see who we're dealing with. And then walk over to one of the
Sleds.
blue eyes, sled. Why can't we say dog sled today? We'll walk over to the dog sled and start to rummage through some of their stuff.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
I will assist.
Okay. Either both of you can roll or one with advantage.
What's your investigation, Andre?
Let me check. I will tell you momentarily.
James won't hear us if we talk like this.
Investigation is a +2 for me.
Okay, I'm a +1. Do you want to roll twice for us?
Sure, I can roll the check.
Thanks.
I have some int.
Let's see if that one brain cell is with Elspeth for this group check.
Whoop.
Nope.
Nope.
That's an 8.
Should we do maybe a little reroll moment? Because what do you guys think? Or no?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Full 2.
Yeah. If you guys want, then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Warren.
Yeah. Seriously, thank you.
All right. That's a 10. Going up in increments.
Oh, Elspeth
like-
grabbed the half of the brain cell that is amongst this group. You find a very similar things to Azar. You find furs, you find cut wood, you find tinder, you find only one vial of a slightly greenish liquid. You find some whale oil in there, but nothing disturbing.
I would like.
The one locked box.
I would like to investigate the vial of green liquid more in depth. I don't know. I have proficiency in both medicine and arcana, one of which seems like it might be a helpful skill, or is this more of like a survival? I'm just
I
pitching.
guess medicine would work.
I mean, I'll roll whatever you would like, but I'm
Come on, increments. Let's get.
I'm making pitches for the things
Yeah.
that are modifiers in. God damn! It's because I rolled so high last week, getting us out of the blizzard.
Yeah.
That was an 8, everybody.
Yeah.
You take the vial, you pop the stopper, and you sniff it, and it has faintly vague sweet smell, but you don't know what it is.
Do you think someone inside would know what is in that?
I mean, certainly one of them would know what it is since it's theirs, but I don't know that we want to just walk in and let them know that we've been rifling through their belongings.
What we could do is we could say that we found this on the ground while we were feeding the dogs. What is it? Is this yours?
How deep into stuff did we dig to find this vial? Because Elspeth will go for this plan if it was somewhere that does seem like it could be reasonable. It could have reasonably like dropped out when somebody was like putting the pelts away or something. But
I mean, it was within the merchandise.
Okay.
Not like it was hidden or anything. You were able to find it. So,
I don't know that we should draw any more attention to this. I'm already not sure if I've put everything back exactly where we found it.
Understood. Before we go, though, and then Renner's going to take out his little, like a fishing tackle kit with like small little tools, and he's going to try and pick the lock of the box.
okay.
Just in case. Why not? I'm going to see what we got here.
In that case,
Well, actually, do I have a...
do you have these tools?
No, I don't.
So in this case, it would just be a roll a d20 plus your dex modifier.
Dex modifier. Ooh, okay. All right.
15.
15.
You dumble around with your fish hooks for a while there, and you just can't find the tumblers. Just like your hook is trying to like get in there, and it's just not giving you the proper leverage to like pull and twist.
Okay, getting frustrated, he's going to take his try and try and crack it open.
Also,
Gonna crack the lock.
Yeah, like...
Roll me an attack roll, please.
Okay.
Elspeth's gonna have that exact reaction where she's just gonna be like, "Oh no!"
Attack with okay. We have not been rolling well, so this is probably not going to go. Oh, dirty 20.
Yes. Eh. Let's say
Dirty 20.
Renner's been rolling fine.
You take your trident and the end tip of it, you smack it down, and it just goes and snaps off.
All right, let's see what we're working with here and open it up.
All right. As you
Roll for
crack
initiative.
open the box, you look inside, and what you see is some pelts.
Kind of rummage through the pelts.
Mm-hmm. And as you dig deeper, it was only just a few inches below. You find and you look inside, and crunched up in the box seems to be a humanoid figure.
Alive?
Frozen.
Frozen. So Render's, as he's looking, he's going, he'll look up and be like, I think we found a murderer.
What?
And then gesture to her.
She'll
And then
run over and peek and as well just like, "Oh gods! What? All right. I'm gonna touch it."
You touch it, and it is frozen solid.
does it look like it was in a natural position frozen? Like huddled for warmth or like hiding? Or does it look like it was
Looked like it was
attacked?
shoved in there and kind of packed in, and then made to
And
look
then
as
frozen?
flat as possible, so that way things could go on top.
How would something free? Oh, well, unless it was left out in the cold.
Because it's below freezing.
Right,
I know
right.
you
I'm
don't
sorry.
feel the cold. It's very cold out.
I'm sorry about that.
No,
I keep forgetting.
It's all right. I would like to examine it as best I can to see if I can. Does it look like there's like visible wounds or anything?
Mhm.
Blood stains or
Roll me an investigation check. It should be.
yeah. Let's see if this will be any better. That's a 12.
Easy enough because you are now there, and both of you do notice that there are a couple people noticing your rummaging. Mainly Renner, because Elspeth is now looking at in the contents. As you do, you look, and it's hard to maneuver him just because he's frozen solid, but you are able to like move his arms just like a bit, and you look and you see a stab wound within his chest.
Oh, well, that's definitely murder. Definitely some form of murder.
Well, we are starting to draw a crowd, so perhaps we should head back inside with this information. Which dog sled, is this one on?
It's on the main one, Torgus.
Torgus, okay.
Elspeth will pack all the pelts back in and close the box and do I have that? I don't think I have that one. Grr. She'll take the pieces of the broken lock and kind of try to like faux lock it back together as best as she can. She knows it's not really gonna work. If there's any sort of like, I don't know, water buckets around that she can maybe kind of like use just the heat of her hand to melt just enough that she can get it wet and kind of jam it back together and freeze it shut so that it at least kind of looks like it's still locked, she will do that.
Well,
I can use snow for that matter. Stick it in my mouth until it warms up, spit it back in. I can work this game. She's read a lot of books for one skill.
I have
This
a
is
lot stuck to your
fascinating.
tongue.
Yeah,
how long do you leave it
Ralphie.
How long do you leave it in your mouth?
And I melt it. Oh,
While Renner is watching this happen, he'll be, are you looking for water? Because I do have a little bit in my... And then he'll pull out the flask.
She'll just give him a thumbs up. I'm just trying to undo
It's
the
more
damage.
kind of stuck to your tongue right now, Elspeth.
I'm just trying to undo. God. Holds out her hand for the flask.
Hands it to her.
Uses the flask. The water from the flask.
Place it on there and jam it on the lock, and you hold it there for a good 5 minutes. And then your hands remove, and it stays. But it is completely encased in ice.
See, it all works out in the end.
I'll
Sheldon?
take it.
He'll take his flask back, put it in, and be like, wonderful work, Elspeth. Let us go let our compatriots know that we have found the murderer.
Discreetly.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile,
Can I say inside? I'm trying to keep Torga's mug full and the rest of the men full. I'm just trying to make sure they get good and drunk.
good and drunk. Okay. While that has
I'll
been
buy more mead if I need it.
Just roll me I'll say you three, just like trying to keep the conversation going and flowing, and Azar trying to properly liquor them up. Just all three of you roll me a persuasion check together.
Nice.
21.
Okay.
Azar with an 8.
Mm-hmm. And a Moa.
And Amoa.
Come on, nat 20.
Close. 3.
Reroll Amoa. Do we have any bits?
Let's re-roll a Moa
Sure.
with 2. Thank you guys. We have 3 left.
Perfect.
Thank you.
There's the net.
There it is. What is the
Choose your initiative scores or luck deck. We better
Choose
start
your
a fight
initiative
real
score.
soon.
Yeah.
So that comes out to a total of 45 plus 8. That's 53. You get them quite liquored up, keeping their mugs full, and they seem quite joyous about the fact that they are getting some nice treatment from you three. And as you kept the conversation flowing, you basically got to ascertain that, yeah, Torga and her company, they go around 10 towns. They pick up goods and they drop them off to the less able towns. And it is not a charitable effort by any means. It is a business, so they do uptick. But otherwise, they're enjoying the time, and you all and are you three partaking in the drink as well, or?
I'm pretty much like, whenever Azar comes over and tries to refill mine, I kind of just do a little quick tap just to indicate, like, keep it at a minimum. I'll
No.
kind of pretend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in on it. I'm always in on it.
Okay, good. At this time, Renner and Elspeth enter, and you just see the Sefik and the other three are quite liquored up. The human that went out is starting to get there, but Torga, she is just like slamming it down. She's laughing like, oh, wait, what'd you do?
I jumped out of the window and I crashed right on top of a haystack, and my brother whapped me in the back of the butt.
Oh,
Twice.
good.
Oh, oh.
You know, if they are going to have a speaker who has this much joviality, I will say Good Mead is going to be the town of 10 towns.
Hey.
Yes,
Sort of
I
wiggle.
was thinking of tearing down that whole side over there and putting in a luxury apartment complex.
Stare
And your campaign manager, he's hilarious. Hey, Fish Boy and Dark Elf guy, come in, sit down.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yes. Elspeth's gonna grab one of the empty mugs and start filling it. And whoever's closest of our party to the barrel will just lean over and very quietly be like, "There's a dead body in the cart."
Oh, there's a dead body in the cart.
Let's see here. Okay. Okay.
And Renner is leaving this to Elspeth. He knows he will. Mess it up.
Actually, I will retcon that ever so slightly with your permission. I will whisper it in Elvish because I know there's at least one other person in my party who speaks Elvish, and the odds of all of these folks also speaking it are lower based on the demographics I've seen in this area, at least. So I'm gonna hedge my bets.
Okay. Okay, you whisper it in Elvish. Well, one of the slushed peoples is a half elf.
Great.
So we shall see. Roll me a stealth check to see a stealth check and Donovan perception.
12.
Sorry, I'm checking my
11, actually.
Ugh. 5. Although I would make an argument that this is not a dex skill if I'm talking, but it's still a bad
It's trying to keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
It's
still a 5. It's not good.
Oh, so it's not quiet. So I do hear it, right?
It's not quiet enough.
So Donovan, you do hear it, and Elspeth, when you whisper that, you notice that the half elf kind of gives a look to you, and clears her throat a bit. It's like, wait a second. What did you say?
Oh,
Would you like any more mead?
Certainly, but what did you say?
there's a deaf boy on the cart. Because Donovan is fluent in sign language. I was hoping he could come out and help me with that.
Roll a deception check. At advantage because he's sloshed.
I'll take what I can get. This is a terrible series of rolls for me. Oh yeah, I have no modifier for that. Why did I even look that up? That's a charisma skill. Why would I even think
Oh, great. Perfect.
Yep.
You got this. What was my... Oh, yeah.
That's an 11.
An 11. Oh, wait, there's a deaf boy that fell over. That's sad.
Yes, it's quite tragic, and I was hoping Donovan could come help me with that.
Oh, wait, you said you need a little bit of sign language?
Yes, are you fluent as well?
No, but my orc friend is. And you see the
Wonderful.
half orc be like, you need someone to speak in sign language, I can do that for you.
I wouldn't want to take you away from your drinking. It should only take a moment.
Oh, but if he's fallen over and he's hurt, we gotta,
I'm a cleric. It's totally fine. He's already been tended to. We just need to ask him where he needs to go.
I've trained at the finest sign language institute in Waterdeep. I shall.
Oh,
I shall help this
and
young
then you
boy
see
stand
the
up.
Orc begin to do sign language towards you.
Ah, yes, the awkward turtle. I understand that very well.
Roll me a deception check too, Donovan.
While this whole thing is going on, Renner is going to sit next to his Amoa as well and just kind of shove him and just be like, "Hey, there's a dead body in the cupboard." In sign language, which they won't understand. But no, he's just he's
The
gonna-
orc
he's
is
gonna warn
like,
them.
what did you just say?
The orc looks at you and it's like, oh, I'm not familiar with Waterdavian sign language. It must be. I mean, if the little boy is from 10 towns, I should probably talk to him in Luskin sign language so that way he can.
I get the impression that he's also a traveler. His clothes look much more like they're from the Sword Coast, which is why I thought perhaps Donovan, since he has traveled extensively.
At which point, Sefik kind of perks up a bit and is like, wait, you said he's from Sword Coast. I'm
Some
from...
of his clothes are. I'm not positive, though. I'm not very good at fashion, if you hadn't noticed.
Oh, well, that's fine, but I could step out and say hello. Probably a familiar dress would be comforting for a young man who is still in the snow and needs some help.
If you would, yes, it would be amazing.
That would be
Let's
excellent.
go and help him. I think especially now. I mean, it's been a minute or two. He is like
He's gone.
fallen in.
I am a cleric. I did check for him for injuries first.
Wait, is he still out there though? That's the question.
Then we should go find out. Sefik, that would be wonderful if you could join us.
Oh, certainly, I would be happy to. And he tries to stand up. It's like, oh, that is good mead.
Azar, another round for them.
Well, I don't want to throw off the kid. Let me speak with him, and then then I'll get another glass. Take me to him, and then Donovan, get your hands ready so that way you can translate.
Can we keep liquoring up the others?
Oh yeah,
I would like to ask Steve for another keg.
You want to ask Steve for another keg?
Yeah.
You flag him down. It's like, you want to get another 10 year? Yeah. Oh, alrighty then.
No. I'll follow him back. Yeah, I'll follow him back. And when we're not as loud as he is, but like somewhere toward the back, like regular, they don't need any more than 10 year. They want to be able to appreciate it.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. We'll get some of the regular mead.
They get the natty ice now.
Oh, wow.
How much is that?
Wow, good thing they're all proper slosh because they all kind of rolled above 15 on perception. But they're disadvantaged. So, a keg of that, let's say 4 silver.
Okay.
All right. So you give Steve 4 silver, and he hands you one of the
Yeah,
kegs.
and I'll take it. I'll use a prestidigitation on it so it tastes like the 10 year and bring it back.
Yes, 'cause you're familiar with the taste. Very good. And then you bring it back, and meanwhile, Donovan and Elspeth, you are outside with Sefik, and he's
Renner's going out there too. He's
and Renner too?
Yeah, he's following. He's not gonna.
Yeah, and I'll fill everyone's mugs, and then I'll just try to slip out.
Okay. Meanwhile, Amo's at the table.
I sort of like position myself between the table and the doorway so that there's no real like movement. If they try to get past me, I might just like clothesline.
Well, they are very much enjoying your company.
Oh, good. I tell them the story of my possible third nipple.
Of course, none of us are there to hear it.
Renner turns around and goes,
I'm so curious about this. No.
Meanwhile, Donovan and Elspeth, you are outside with Sefik, and then closely behind Renner and Azar, and he's just like, so, kid, where is he?
God, he was right here. He must have. Perhaps somebody else came to help him. I told him to just. Well, I indicated for him to just wait here until I came back, but perhaps he's moved on.
Where was he laying? Maybe
Maybe we should go find him. He might be lost.
Yeah.
Yes, that's probably an excellent idea.
I am an expert tracker. Let me see if I think he went this way. I'm gonna start walking around the building out of like the public area.
Did you point out where the kid was?
I made like a vague gesture toward the front, like toward the corner of the building.
Okay.
I tried to keep it very not specific. And just made a big show of like looking around like, oh, I don't see him.
I think Donovan has gotten confused and he's actually looking for a deaf boy out here in the snow.
If Donovan's shouting for him, Renner's just going to shoot him up. Okay, really?
Donovan, he's deaf.
Deaf.
He can't hear you.
Right.
Meanwhile, Sefik is looking in the general direction of where you pointed, and you see him get low and find some part of the snow, and he's like, looks like there's footsteps going that way and that way. The smaller ones are these ones. All right, let's go find this deaf boy.
Actually, I think those are mine.
I'm going to.
I guess we're trying to like lead him away from town. Yes.
So we can kill him.
You did want to get him alone. I did technically accomplish the original goal, just in the dumbest possible way.
Yeah. What if he like? Yeah, I think he went this way maybe. And I'll just like start to making a mess of any tracks that might have been there, and like head away from like the buildings and whatnot.
Wait. Oh god. Oh, now you messed up all the footprints.
No, it's this way.
Oh, fine. Okay, we'll go that way.
As soon as they go, I'm gonna kind of like let them move away, knock on the door, and hoot into the doorway.
Moa, you do hear the hoot.
I do.
You do remember, Donovan, you asking specifically, what does the hoot sound like?
Yeah, so I sort of recognize it and, I need to go to the little Goliath's room. Would you four like anything else before I go?
Oh, no, this is the first time someone's treated us so well. You know, Amoa, thank you so much. We're all drunk, right? Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna need some time to clear the head before we move on, but go to the little Goliath's room, I feel.
Perfect. If you need
anything,
like
I might be going to the little Doris room soon.
You deserve everything coming your way. Just kind of like head out.
Oh, and you're just gonna go straight out the door?
Yep.
You just hear you over here, just like, I guess I go outside. And you do, and you go out.
I feel like bears.
And you the original four go with Sefik. Omoa, you have to look around a bit, but you do start to see them walking away with Sefik.
Yeah.
So Azar is leading the charge. Azar, is there a particular place you want? You do notice that there
just
are
away from the buildings and people.
Okay. So you begin to lead out. You do notice
I don't know what's inhabited or what.
Okay. You do see on the edge of town one building near where the kayaks are is a little ramshackle, and there is a hole in the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lead that way, just somewhere uninhabited
Okay.
where no one will notice us beating him to death. So
So you lead him that way, and Sapphi's like, I don't know if. Do you think why would a deaf boy run this way? Down's back there.
I'm gonna stab him. As soon as like, why is there a deaf boy down here? I'm like, I'm going in.
Okay.
Do I have advantage?
Yes, it is a surprise. 1 second, let me get some.
Chaos.
Well, it's been very fun playing with you all. I will see you all in the next campaign as my squishy cleric
Yeah,
rapidly dies.
It
Oh, that's not good at all.
is a 13 to
A
hit
13.
with advantage.
Well, you hit.
Oh,
Roll me damage and with some sneak attack. I'm assuming this is with the dagger.
It would have been a rapier.
Okay. 7
Ooh.
Plus 4,
Ooh.
11 damage.
damage. Okay. You stab Sephic, and he's like, "Oh!" Everybody roll me initiative.
Amoa's with us, right? Like further back, though.
Amoa, you do see Donovan go for the stab, and you're about a good 20 feet behind. 17.
Yes.
Ooh,
Nat
natural
20.
Nat 20.
11.
Okay. So, 25 to 20.
Amoa.
Amoa. 20 to 15.
Azar.
Okay. 15 to 10.
Elspeth.
And Renner at 11.
11.
Elspeth.
Elspeth, what did you get?
13.
Donovan at 8.
Donovan.
One of us can choose where they want to go.
I would like to go last if no one else has strong feelings, because then I can see if anybody else has taken hits by that point.
Sure.
Who wants to go first?
I think Renner would probably go first. Once he sees stabby, he's gonna go, ooh.
Let's choose
Ooh.
Renner to go first.
Yeah.
And we have, because of the natural 20 on the initiative, we have advantage on a skill or attack roll.
Woo!
Okay. So who moved in the order?
Renner to the top.
Renner to the top. Okay.
And that means that I'm still last.
Yes. So you reach out and you stab him, and he was holding his mug at the time. It is now dropped on the ground. He's like, oh! Renner, you're up.
In seeing Donovan rapidly pull out a rapier and slice against him, he doesn't know what was being discussed inside, so he assumes that bad. And we also did see a dead body. So what he'll do is he will actually just lunge for him with a trident,
Okay.
and attempt to get him off of his feet, if that makes sense.
So are you trying to knock him over, or are you
How
trying
tall is he? I should have asked this first.
He's a good 6 feet.
No, he's not going to be able to do that. Actually, what he'll do is he'll take his trident and he'll try to sweep him off his feet. Is what
Okay.
he's trying to do.
So you're trying to knock him prone, essentially.
Right.
So roll me an athletics check.
Okay. Six. Can I re-roll, guys? Wasn't I allowed to re-roll something with something we have?
Re-roll a skill or an attack roll. So
Can I do
athletics is
that?
a skill.
Is that okay?
It is an
Do you
attack roll, so go ahead.
do you guys mind?
Yep.
No,
I
do
just want to
it.
make sure it's okay.
Do
Okay.
it.
10. So the shock of the stab in his back, he starts to spin around, and you see as he sees you trying to go low for the thing, he jumps up with his legs, crouching inwards, and lands. And you just see the eyes of blue just not flash, but they grow even bluer.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
mollusks. He'll say mollusks.
Indeed.
Mollusks.
So that was Renner. Anything else?
Bonus action.
Me? No. He'll just kind of look up and hang. He'll stay there for a minute.
Okay, next up is Amoa.
I'm about 20 feet.
You're about 20 feet behind.
Let's see. And you said he's been
He spun around and is now seeing all of you.
okay, great. 5 feet. I cast I use Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Mhm.
It's basically the spell allows you to move at an incredible pace. When you cast a spell, you then, as a bonus action of each of your turns until the spell ends, you can take a dash action.
Okay.
So I just trying to kind of close the gap
Okay.
and get up there.
So you close the gap with just your regular movement, but as you cast this on yourself, almost like what is it? Barry from the Flash. There's kind of like a blur motion to the movement, and you just go and you get there really quickly. But that was your action to cast it. Do you have, or is it a bonus action? Well,
It is my action, I guess.
Okay.
Can I cast since I'm right above him? Can I sort of take mold the earth around him to kind of just like hold him down?
I believe in that spell it says it can't trap anybody, or it can't like hold a creature within. Let me quickly look.
Is that also an action?
I believe it is also an action.
It's
Yeah, that should be an action.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Whoops.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Expeditious Retreat is a bonus action for you.
Oh, it is?
it is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that one would be your bonus action. So your action is
You can do a cantrip.
Yeah, cantrip.
and Mold Earth
Or-
is a cantrip. You can target an area of loose earth and you can instantly excavate it. You cause shapes or both to appear on the stone earth.
Yep.
Make like
Actually, I'll likely just do that. Actually, I'll kind of like sunken earth it. And so
Yeah,
it's
you
kind of
can
just-
cause it to become difficult terrain.
Nice.
Okay. So you use shape or mold earth, and what just seems like a layer of snow on top, you shape it, and then you just kind of see Cephik drop a foot in. And it's almost like like a cappuccino where it has the froth on top, and you just see just a little bit of mud peering around the shins around him.
Sweet.
So he sinks in a bit.
All right.
It is now Cephik's turn. Cephik, noticing what is happening now, looks around really quickly and then just cocks a smile. And then you just see him go vapor of mist. And you see him a good 30 feet away near the ramshackle building. And then as he does, he runs inside.
I guess I'm not getting his vote.
So you have a cappuccino mud pit right in front of you, but Cephik has ran into the ramshackle building.
Do you guys want to follow?
Hmm.
Well, I sort of think we're going to have to
Kinda
now,
have to.
since Donovan stabbed him. What happened
said there was
inside?
What
You said
happened?
there was a dead man, and
Yes, there's a
I'm gonna.
Yes, there's a dead body. I didn't want another dead body.
Yeah. What happened inside while we were outside? What's going on? Are they? Do we know more about them and his magical powers?
I no.
To the ramshackle shed, and then Renner's just gonna start running. I know, running like
Yep.
there's an explosion behind him towards the ramshackle.
Yeah, I immediately follow.
All right, you
Yeah.
you 5 head to the ramshackle shed, and as you enter,
Ah, a map. Great.
go ahead and rearrange yourself. So you guys, there is the portion of the wall where you see that snow has kind of come in, and there's also the front doorway if you wish to enter that way.
Okay.
Can you move them?
No.
Where's the door?
The door is where the stairs are. Let's see. Controlled.
Oh, okay.
Matthew B.
There we
Anyone
go.
else having
you.
trouble?
And is there a light in here?
Um,
Is that lamp giving off enough light to see?
it is giving off the faintest light. 1 second. Let's see. Is that everybody? Does everybody have somebody?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, there it
Else?
is.
Nope.
Yes, I do.
Okay. There we go. Everybody should have.
Me
Yes.
see.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. So go ahead and position yourselves within that front area there, either through the hole or by the doorway.
What is this? Is that water?
That is
on the ground?
ice.
Oh, ice. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Then here.
Okay.
Oh, is this empty?
Hmm?
Is this place empty?
It is currently empty.
Huh.
And as you 5 enter, you see that one torch or one little firelight going off, and it's a little odd. But as you look at it, it snuffs out. Let's see. Can I...
I will cast light a little bit, about 10 feet north of the center of the room, right around. See if I can get you right here.
Okay.
Let's see if I can draw a shape here.
So that snuffs out.
See right there.
Right there. Okay, so 10-foot spot around that area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check the
Yeah.
ice.
So
to make
it's
sure that
20 feet bright light and another 20 feet dim light.
Okay. So here is bright light here. And then
20-foot radius. So it'll reach twice as wide as that on either side.
Oh, right.
push the whole
So
room.
that's bright light.
Yeah, bright light in a 20-foot radius, and dim light in another 20 feet.
No.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Whoops. This is
Oh.
what.
Oh my.
Oh. What's happening in here?
So many things.
It'll basically light the whole room.
Is there combat music?
Is there combat
that's-
music?
Gong, gong, gong,
17
gong,
minutes.
gong, gong, gong.
17 minutes.
Well,
Go!
Search the room, and I'm gonna start running around and just like flailing my rapier to try and like hit an invisible creature.
In seeing, I actually am very curious about the ice on the ground because it looks kind of, to me, it looks out of place. So I kind of want to go examine the ice.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything's there. So, there we go. Okay.
While avoiding Donovan's rapier wit.
So Donovan's like, search the room. At that time, when he says that, Donovan, what's your AC?
It is 15.
15. 15. I'm pretty sure this hits. Where's my Cephalic? Cephalic has a +5 to hit. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
So you take. That's a D4. That's a D4. Do I have? Where's my little caltrops? I had a third one. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you feel a sharp pain in your leg, and you look down, and what you see is a knife made of complete ice.
Ooh.
And as you do, you take 4 damage of piercing, and then 5 of cold damage.
So resistance to cold.
Okay, so you will take half of that for an additional 2.
Hold on, let me make sure it's a.
Or is it damage or just
cold damage?
cold damage? Okay, so
And
So-
me see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And
6 or
as-
7? 7?
so it'd be 4 plus
4 plus 2.
2,
2.
6
So 5.
damage.
6.
I'm almost dead. Well,
Wait,
Yep.
you did take the long rest, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. So as you feel that knife jut into your leg, you see just out of the corner behind some of these boxes, Cephalic by that hay over there in the corner. And he just cocks a smile. It's like, seems a few of you have caught on. Let us re-roll initiative.
Oh.
Ooh.
I only saw half the map on my screen, so I was like, "Where is this stuff coming from?" It's like,
Yeah, you have to roll up and
Now I
down a
see.
bit.
got it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Damn!
All right,
Nat 20.
25 to 20.
Amoa.
What's the total?
20.
20.
Yeah, not 20. Once again.
Wow.
It was meant to be.
20 for Donovan.
20 for Donovan.
Yes.
So that means you'll go in
Hey.
front of Amoa because you have the higher dex.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay. Thank you so much. And 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
Elspeth at 13.
And oh my god, what is his name? Renner
Renner.
at 13. Thank you, Elspeth.
We're slowly becoming the same person, apparently.
Yeah. You're gonna start blinking with your third eye, and
Yeah.
That means Azar is at the bottom.
Yes, and you get a card.
Oh, I get a card. What do I
So
get?
we got advantage on a saving throw and does not provoke. And minus 1d4 after making a saving throw.
Minus 1d4 after making a saving throw. Okay. So as you hear this chuckle from the background, an ice knife sticking out of Donovan's leg,
Roy!
Cephalic steps out from behind and he holds a massive longsword made of ice. And he's going to rush over towards Donovan because he is the first one he sees.
Coincidentally, he's first one that got stabbed by.
Yep.
He did the stabbing.
He rushes in and he will take 2 longsword strikes at you.
Well, I am going to make a new character starting next.
Well, one of those definitely did not
Got
hit.
healing.
But you said your AC is a 15?
Yeah. Maybe I can play Steve.
oh yes.
I mean, you did see how he wielded that stick to get out the Shandar and his crew. So that will be a 1d10 plus 2d4 of cold damage. So cold damage 7 reduced to 3, and then I rolled a 1 for just the general longsword. That'll be 4 damage.
4 damage. Somebody's still up.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that is Sephic's turn because he cannot do any bonus actions. Next up is Donovan. After you feel these two or one of these slashes goes and swings wide, but the other one comes back and catches you on the chest, and he's just smiling at you.
I am gonna.
With Momoa on deck.
I'm gonna stab him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stab him.
Go ahead.
21.
21 hits. Roll me some damage.
And there's nobody around me, is there?
No.
If you use that card, you'll have advantage.
Oh,
It's a saving throw.
Ah.
We use the attack.
Oh, we don't have advantage on an attack roll? Oh,
We don't.
sorry.
So that is a +3 to that.
9 damage. Nice.
9 damage. However,
Ooh.
we do have a card that says your movement does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Get out of there.
May I use that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get out of it.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to run
You mean hobble?
out the door.
Wait, do you run outside?
No, I'm gonna run to the corner and just get behind everybody.
Okay. Meanwhile, Amoa, you're up with Renner on deck.
Yeah, so he's basically right in front of Amoa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I sort of feel all that good mead that's in my belly and kind of like suck it into my veins and cast poison spray at him
Okay.
as my cantrip.
Is it a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Natural 20.
All right.
So
So no damage, right?
Cantrip, no damage.
Oh,
Okay.
sad times.
So you let out this belch of gas that just envelops around him. Unfortunately, he's been drinking the same mead you have, and it's just like, not bad. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I? Let's see. Retreat back. Yeah.
He's 15 feet from you.
Oh, is he? Okay. No, I'm just gonna kind of stay where I am.
Stay right where you are. Cool. Renner, you're up. Elspeth on deck.
cool. He is going to, when seeing him strike Donovan and Donovan hobble away, he's gonna just run straight up to him with the trident and just like try and get him in the face.
Get him in the face. Roll an attack for me.
Absolutely. 11.
11. And it's not a reach, right? Not a reach weapon, so you would have to be within 5.
I'm not using it as a reach right now.
Or are you tossing it?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I am using it as a reach weapon right now. Yes,
It's a trident, right?
it's a
You
trident.
have
It's a
10
trident.
feet.
I think it's 5.
So you would need to move up 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not move myself. Yes. I'm absolutely running right up to his stupid face.
Okay,
and I'm
stupid
trying to
face,
hit it.
right there.
Um,
You try and stab him, and with
I think we add a d6 to that.
Sure. Well, I was also when it failed, I'm going to do action surge, and then do it again.
Well, I think we use a d6. We got a
Here?
couple of it.
Okay, let's do it. If you guys don't mind.
you do not need
Yeah,
to
go
roll.
ahead.
It does hit
Oh.
with the additional d6.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
So
This is good
he looks
to
like he's about to parry, but you just swerve and then catch him in the underarm with your trident. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Sure. And then I'm going to do it again, though.
Okay,
5.
5 damage. I can stop doing pen and paper. I have this here.
So,
I can just
well,
type it in.
since we were in combat, we did. Oh, never mind. It was not 500 bits. Nope, never mind.
Okay. And you're action surging and roll
Yeah.
another attack. And by the way, if you're hearing music right now, it is provided by Landscape. Dirty 20 hits, roll me some more damage.
So Renner's. And as he's starting to like just kind of do this, you see a small smirk come over his face. 8.
Nice.
He's starting to remember why he got into the business in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So you stab him once in the armpit, and then you jut it out again, and he tries to block, but you are too quick and are able to get him on the other side of the chest with the 3 prongs. That's some good damage, sir.
And he's going to take the trident out. I'm sorry, he's so extra. He's going to take it out and just kind of like, and then put it right down
it.
and again.
Nice. Next up is Elspeth with Azar next.
Elspeth is going to bonus action healing word Donovan for 7 HP.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll point one hand at him and blast him with some healing, and then with her other hand, she will point at this guy, Sevik, and Toll the Dead on him.
Toll the Dead.
So that is a
right?
Yes, wisdom.
Okay.
What is that?
That's a 7 plus. Wow, 3. So 10.
That will miss the DC of 14, so
Okay.
he's going to take some necrotic damage. And he's already taken damage, correct?
Yes, he has. So roll that D12.
Roll that D12.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm rolling physical dice because my roll 20 is acting up, so was not a great roll. God damn, he's only going to take 2 damage from my Dolores spell.
As you send this holy energy towards Donovan. Donovan, it reinvigorates you. Some of the stab wound closes a bit. Meanwhile, a spectral bell appears over Donovan's head and just goes.
Suffix.
He just. All right. Next up is Azar.
I didn't ask last time, but are we doing flanking in this game? I can't remember.
We did it for the wolves, but also I know Questing Chaos doesn't typically like flanking.
Only when I'm a DM, you can do whatever you want.
Oh,
no.
flank.
Somebody clip that.
Yeah.
I don't give it to my other players in Dragon of Icespire Peak, so we will not do it on this one.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and I'll move here.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and put a hex on Sevik.
Ooh, nice.
And I will attack.
Okay, does he need to make a save for a hex, or it automatically happens?
There's no save, it automatically goes. 13.
13 hits.
Alright, have some damage.
Ooh,
13 points of
nice.
damage.
As you...
And he's pushed back 5 feet away from me.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So as he's launched 5 feet away.
Can we take an opportunity attack when he gets flung away, or no?
He's
Is
still
that...
within your
No,
melee.
it doesn't use his own movement.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that is... Ooh, nice. That's some heavy damage. And this is with your bow staff, right?
My staff. Yeah.
You smack
Yeah,
him.
pull it out, snapping it to full length.
Nice. Snap it full length. Whack him. And he gets pushed back 5 feet as this dark energy just kind of courses and squeezes him. As you see Azar cast some thing upon Sevik. It is top of the round, and it is Sefik's turn. As you see him, he begins to just really breathe in the cold air, and you see the eyes grow bluer again. And he looks around, and he sees that Donovan is still a little bit labored. And he just looks at you, Renner, looks at Azar, gives that cheeky ass smile, and then turns into vapor and appears right by Donovan. And he's going to take an attack with his longsword. Donovan, despite being surprised by the sudden appearance of Cephik behind you, and how tall are you?
5'8".
5'8", just a little bit above the eye line. As you turn around, you're just able to get out of the way as he swings down. He grimaces a bit, but smiles nonetheless. And as those blue eyes stare at you five, the grin spreading across his face. That is where we're going to end tonight.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Hex on you.
Yes, he's got this wrapping of
Love it.
black magic on him. Thank you all so much for joining us for this afternoon into evening session. We will be back on for Quest and Chaos. 6 o'clock, they'll be playing Call of Cthulhu. They are very close to wrapping up the first campaign.
Ooh.
Then we'll be back on Monday for Dragon of Icespire Peak, where you can see me and Matt do it all over again. You're going to keep seeing our face. Today's Quest and Chaos agents, they are also coming to the end of their campaign. And also, if you are with us tomorrow, we are doing a from like 10:30 to 6-ish stream. Me, Tiana, Thomas, and Amy will be continuing to play our session of Pandemic Legacy Season 0.
Ooh.
So, yes, you get to see me no longer speak as Coop and be like, hey, everybody, it's Coop. But we get to talk with Dr. Morris, who's a very seductive doctor who everybody hates. Anyway, that is all from me, but I see Thomas holding up the box of amazing goodies that is being given to Emily. Yes?
That is that.
Yes, congratulations. And that was because we got 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Probably when we hit 5,000, we're going to do another cool thing. So
Another
let people know about it.
Congrats on the
A lot of stuff going
milestone. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's all the things that are going on and will continue to go on. But for now, thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you all next Saturday. Stay safe,
Like,
stay healthy.
Subscribe, follow, join our Discord, support us by going to Nord Games, join our Patreon. That's all of the things.
All the things.
We'll be back right here at 6 p.m. Pacific. Cthulhu.
All right. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.